Hello, everybody. My name is Sylvain Rachon, and I am the Paradise Engineer. I want to talk about, in this episode, what will happen inside the embassy when obviously a design for extraterrestrials. How are we going to be taking care of it? What are the options that we have? Well, first we have to consider the current blueprint. So what we're anticipating is that well, you can see it behind us. There is a donut-shaped structure. That's the living area. So that's where any ETs that would come would live and want to be comfortable. So there are airlocks on both sides of that donut into the other areas, the conference hall and the back area so that they can fill it with an atmosphere that is more appropriate. So human beings trying to take care of such an area would have some issues. When ETs are not there, then it can be just normal air, I suppose, oxygen, so people could walk around. But we have to also consider, bacteria and viruses and all sorts of contaminants that would be disagreeable to our guests that are from elsewhere. And same the other way around. Presumably, they would be careful and have technologies to prevent, alien viruses and bacteria from coming into contact with us. But we really don't know any of that for sure. So let's be a bit on the safe side. And that's where advanced technologies that we have can come into play. The embassy will need, after it's built, it'll need to be taken care of. So in part, in some areas, we can have human beings walking in, either from the civilian population, the country that is organizing, that has given the land for the embassy, may get involved and assign a contingent. Some of the detail we don't know, because technically when you're setting up an embassy for another nation, is the other nation that sends people to take care of it. In this case, we don't know what will happen for sure when we build it, but before first contact, the assumption is that we'll be the ones responsible for it. So some human beings in some areas, but also maybe would want to install things like AI robotics, for a more advanced version of a Roomba, let's say, for the floors, and to manage different parts of the building. So we can create a smart embassy, basically, that is self-cleaning, self-monitoring, and that will have all sorts of features that will detect intrusions, will detect issues, cracks in the seals, and whatever else. And that's it's an engineering and a design question, but it's something that we have to think about, because we're dealing with extraterrestrial civilizations. We want them to feel welcome. And part of it is to put some thought into the design and the caretaking, especially after they arrive. There's going to be some conditions. And if we have some automation that is appropriate in there, well, they don't need to bring their own, so to speak. So that makes them feel that we've put in enough effort, perhaps. So something to think about. It's just a detail, but I thought I would put it out there in video, so you guys can talk about what are the implications of this contact, and how about what happens if there is a contamination issue between us and them. How would we react? How would they react? And we can have a whole discussion about that. So I'm glad you were with me. I'm glad you're looking into this, and we can have further conversations. I'll catch you later. Cheers.